And that is one thing that must be in your carry-on. It must be in your carry-on. So you finally booked your first Carnival cruise. Now what? Look, don't worry, I got you. Today I'm sharing 8 tips to help you get ready for your very first Carnival cruise. Hey everybody, welcome back, or welcome if you're new. I'm DeAndre with Melon and Pride Travels, and if you need help booking your next cruise or land vacation, hit the link in my bio. And if any part of this video helps you out, or you just like the vibe, go ahead and hit that like button. And if you're into cruise vlogs, travel tips, or just escaping your 9 to 5 through somebody else's vacation, hit that subscribe button. All right, without further ado, let's sail right into it. Let's start with your online check-in. For Carnival, online check-in opens 14 days before you're sailing at midnight Eastern Time. During this process, you'll verify all your passenger information for yourself and everyone else in your cabin. You'll need the following to complete your check-in: all guest information for everyone sailing in your cabin, proof of citizenship, meaning your passport or your birth certificate, and a credit or debit card to set up your onboard spending. The first thing they'll ask is who you're checking in. You can do this for yourself or anyone else in the cabin. Your check-in will not be marked as complete until all guests are checked in, meaning you won't be able to print your boarding pass until everyone has finished. Next, they'll ask for your guest information and travel plans, basically how you're getting to and from the port, flying, shuttle, etc. Then you'll set your arrival appointment. The earliest is usually 10 a.m. and the latest is around 2 p.m. If you choose 10 a.m. and you show up at 9:45, they're going to turn you away. So schedule at a time that actually works for you. If your time is 11:30 and you show up at 11, they'll put you in the early late check-in line. Next, you're going to set up your onboard spending account. You can use a credit or debit card or set up a cash account. Credit or debit cards, they'll place a hold of $100 to $200 depending on the length of your cruise and reauthorize it every time you hit a certain threshold. Now, I don't advise for you to use your debit card. Those pre-authorization holds can take 1 to 3 business days to clear after your cruise. So if you have like a bill that you have to pay when you get back or a bill that's going to be due when you get back, I highly suggest not to use your debit card. A credit card or a cash account will always be your best bet. Once you get to the terminal, you can set up your cash account. Like I said, they'll direct you where to go. You can also skip that and add your cash on board at the kiosk near guest services or at Java Blue Cafe on the XO class ships. Now on the Dream, Vista, the Freedom, all those older ships, I believe there's one right by guest services, and then there's another one right on deck 5 right before you go into the promenade or the casino. Now let's move on to things you should pack into your carry-on luggage. With the very first thing and the very most important thing is your boarding pass and your identification. So your boarding pass, your passport, or your birth certificate and your ID. Do not bring those anywhere near your checked luggage. Put those in your carry-on luggage. Have those in your hand. Have that in the most accessible place for you in your carry-on luggage. That way you're not rumbling through it. You're not, holding up the line or you're making people wait or anything like that. Have those in a very accessible place in your carry-on luggage or have them in your hand. And another thing about it is you have to have it on you, because if you don't, 9 times out of 10, they're not going to let you on that ship at all. If you left your passport, your birth certificate, or your identification card in your checked luggage, they're not going to go and retrieve it for you, because once you give your luggage to that porter, you're not going to see it again until it's at your stateroom door. And they're not going to go and retrieve it because they have thousands of other suitcases and bags that they have to process through and scan before it even gets onto the ship. So it's going to take them forever to find your luggage. The next thing is any medication. Any medication that you need, matter of fact, all your medications, take them with you, because you do not know when you are going to see your luggage again. Have your medications on you. That is really important, especially if you have medication that you have to take at a certain time of the day, every single day. Make sure you have those in your carry-on luggage. Another thing is your canned sodas. If your canned sodas are not with you in or on your carry-on, you will not see them. So any money that you just spent buying those sodas, you just wasted your entire money. So Carry your canned sodas with you in order to get them on the ship. If you're bringing canned sodas, each guest is allowed up to 12 per guest. They have to be sealed, still in the case, still in the box. So you can't open a 12-pack of Sprite and just take 6 cans of that and then open a 12-pack of Dr. Pepper and take 6 cans of Dr. Pepper. They're not gonna let you on the ship with that. Now, the next thing is wine or champagne. Each guest 21 and over can bring one 750 milliliter bottle of wine on the ship. And that is one thing that must be in your carry-on. It must be in your carry-on. You cannot bring beer or wine or anything like that either. I know those are considered canned drinks, but you cannot bring those. Only non-alcoholic canned beverages. Another thing is swimwear and a change of clothes. So if you want to go swimming after you get on board or after you eat lunch, bring a change of swimwear. Like I said, rooms are not ready until 1:30. So if you think you want to swim, bring your swimsuit. Bring a change of clothes. Just like if you go swimming and your luggage is still not there after 1:30, bring a change of clothes. Like I said, you don't know when you're going to get it because sometimes it's right before you go to dinner. You can bring a change of clothes so you can change after you swim or you can just change for dinner. Another thing is chargers and portable chargers. You know, when you get on that ship, you're going to be, recording, posting on Snapchat, posting on TikTok, posting on your Instagram story. Your phone going to go from 99% all the way down to 2% in 3 seconds from all that camera usage. So get you a portable charger. Bring your portable charger. Bring your plug-in wall charger. So just in case your phone dies, you have that with you. I have a portable charger like this, and it tells me the percentage of what it is. I don't know if you guys can see that. And it also has plugs here and things there. Now, what kind of clothes do you pack for your Carnival cruise? Let's say you're going on a 3-day cruise on Carnival Conquest. My recommendation to see what you need to pack to match the theme nights or to match, whatever event that they're having, because I know they have like a 70s rock and glow party or is it 80s rock and glow? I don't remember. Or like a white night or things like that. The best thing I can recommend is to look up cruise vlogs on that sailing. Go in the Facebook group that you joined. If you watched the last video, So, go look in the Facebook group because, some people, they'll go and they'll post, what events that they're having. Even some people that are in that Facebook group are probably already on the ship and are doing a back-to-back. And that's if it's close to your sailing. You can look it up online for yourself. You can type in, Carnival Conquest events or theme nights or whatever for a 3-day cruise. So you can do that. Another thing is luggage tags. Now, for your luggage tags, get one of those luggage tag protectors right here that are clear. These are for Carnival. These are nice and wide. You can get them on Amazon in like a 4 or 5 pack. These are for Royal Caribbean for like $5 or $6, maybe even $10, depending on how many that you get. So get luggage tags, because if you just have like the paper luggage tags and you just staple it together, now if it gets ripped off in like transport or getting on the ship, they're not going to know where to send your luggage at all. All right, so here's a pro tip. Take extra luggage tags, print extra luggage tags, put one in your carry-on, and put one inside of your suitcase, especially if you don't have luggage tag protectors. And then you'll have to go to guest services and claim your luggage, that because your luggage tag fell off. So get one of these protective luggage tags. They're only a couple dollars on Amazon, or I know they're selling them on TikTok Shop now. You can do that. Now, this kind of leads me into the next thing, is the items to bring to upgrade your cruise experience. The first thing is to bring a lanyard. I have a lanyard like this that I got off Amazon, and I have, all my Carnival pins on here. And this one is a retractable one. Okay, well, the lanyard is not retractable. Oh wait, it is retractable, haha. So it's just a retractable one. So when you get to your room, you don't have to take it off, or you don't have to, lean down. You just, bring it up to the door, or just, stick it in the door or whatever. Now, me personally, You can have it in one of these if you're like selling on one of the newer Carnival ships, like the XL class ships, to where it is a RFID chip and you just tap it. But if you're selling on like an order ship like the Conquest or the Freedom and stuff like that, where you have to stick your card in the door, then you may want to keep it outside of the plastic thing. Another thing is that you may need to bring a tumbler cup, like one of these. And now I only recommend bringing one of these if you did not get the drink package. And that's any drink package, whereas a soda. Okay, maybe not the soda package, because the soda package does not include bottled water. So the Cheers and the Zero Proof package, their new non-alcoholic package, or just the Cheers package. If you did not get any of those packages, bring a reusable cup. I say that because they have cups that are about this big. I think they're like 6 ounces, and if you need some water, you've been out by the pool all day, that little cup ain't gonna do nothing. That little cup is not gonna do anything. So get you one of these tumblers so you can have enough water or whatever you have to drink. Now, I'm also gonna let you know, if you didn't get the drink package and you still want to drink, bring you some of these. Hold on, let me get them. Get you some of these drink packets right here. I just have the Welch's one. Get you some of those and pour it in your drink cup, and go get you a couple of shots from the bar and just pour it in there. And you got to drink all day. You got to drink all day long. And so another type of cup that I recommend that you should bring, and I bring this for my dad because I know how much he loves coffee, and he may want like multiple cups a day. Bring one of these coffee mugs. If you love coffee or you don't want to drink out of the cups, bring one of these. So another thing, like I said, luggage tab protectors, bring that. Bring, if you feel like you're going to get motion sick, get some of these motion sickness patches. You can find them on Amazon. Another thing that you should bring is a fan, like a neck fan, or like one of the little handheld fans. I got this off of Amazon. You can get it on the TikTok shop as well. But bring one of these fans, because if you are selling in the Caribbean, it will get hot. It will get very hot. These are just simple but essential things that you need to upgrade your cruise. Oh, and one more thing. Bring a reusable straw, because Carnival, they have those candy straws. Those are not cute at all. I strongly dislike those candy straws. This one right here is a collapsible one that I have. You just fold it back up, and it comes with a, it's not in here, I don't know where it is, but it comes with a pipe cleaner as well. Or you can get one of these reusable straws. It just has its own little case. Oh gosh, and it has a very, very long pipe cleaner, and the straw is just collapsible and it bends and stuff like that. So if you prefer plastic, get one of these. So my next thing is to always bring extra cash in small bills, like $1 bills, $5 bills, and $10 bills. Even if you paid your prepaid gratuities, you will still need to tip, or at least I hope you're still tipping, even if you paid your prepaid gratuities. For people like the porters at the terminal, the ones who handle your luggage, tip those $2 to $5 a bag. For crew members that go above and beyond, like your bartenders, your room stewards, or those really good bartenders who you want to make all your drinks, tip them really good, because if they make good drinks and you continue to tip them, this is an inside tip, they can make your drinks even stronger. Now, in another tip that I'll talk about in the next video, if you got the Cheers package, if you got the drink package, you can ask for top shelf liquor. You can ask for a higher quality liquor, and they will give it to you as long as your drink is still under $20. So that's just an insider tip that I forget to do every single time, but it is what it is. Now, let's talk about hotels and transportations. You guys need to lock those in as early as you can, just so you can get the best price. Because if you're booking 1 to 2 months in advance before your cruise, you are probably going to pay a very, very inflated price because it's a last minute hotel that you're booking. For example, when I booked my hotel for my cruise out of Galveston in about 60 something days, it was $100. Now I went back and I checked again before I made this video, and it's well over $175 now. So imagine if I would have booked like mid-November or let alone the week before. Imagine how much I would have to be paying. Another thing that you should lock in as early as possible is if you have to fly into port, get those flights early. Get your flights as early as possible in order for you to get the best price, because the way flights are not cheap, Spirit Airlines is not even cheap anymore. They're not. Y'all, I am not joking with you. I had to price out a last minute flight for Spirit Airlines, and it was almost $500. $500 on Spirit. Yeah. So lock in those flights early. If you're flying Southwest, book it when they have those $59 sales. Book it when they have those $49 sales. Book it when they have those $39 sales. Book it as early as possible in order to get the best price. Now, if there's a cheaper price for airline tickets, after you book it, go in and change the price. I know Southwest used to be very good at that, but when you book Southwest, book like an adjustable price rate that they have in order for you to get the best price. Another great tip, this is a tip that I don't even have in my notes, flights.google.com. Not only if you book your flights via flights.google, if the price drops, Google will automatically adjust the price for you. They will automatically do that for you if you book your flights through Google Flights. So that's just the insider tip that I didn't even have in my own notes. All right, so the next thing is mobility and ADA scooters. If you have a personal mobility scooter that you are bringing, pause this video right now. Pause it right now and call Carnival's ADA department. Let them know that you're bringing your own scooter. What they're gonna do is they'll review your cabin type to confirm if it's accessible, because scooters, they cannot be left in the hallways because those cruise ship corridors, they are very narrow. The hallways, they're very narrow. It poses fire risk, fall risk, evacuation risk, and let me tell you, these kids like to run up and down the hallways, and so if a kid trips over your scooter, you know, it's gonna be a mess of a claim. So you need a room that can fit your scooter, and your scooter can get through the door, because those doors are also very narrow. So if you're booking with a travel agent, tell them that. Or if your travel agent has like has it in like their inquiry form, make sure that you mark that you need an ADA room. Now, if you need to rent this also applies to strollers too. So if you have a child that is stroller age and you're bringing a stroller, it also needs to be kept in your room as well. They cannot be left in the hallways because it poses the same risk. Now, if you need to rent a scooter at major ports like Miami, Port Canaveral, Long Beach, Galveston, they'll have designated pickup areas where you can pick up the scooter that you rented, and they'll also provide you with directions on where you can drop it off, whether it's in your cabin or at a designated area on board inside the terminal. They'll give you those instructions. And you can go to scootaround.com, scootaround.com. I'll annotate it on the screen here. And that's where you can rent your scooter. And you can also rent other medical equipment like beds, grab bars, and lifts. They'll have those available, and they'll put those in your cabin. All right, so if you're still in the booking and planning phase and you need a little guidance, come chill with me in this video right here where I share 10 tips for booking and planning your first Carnival cruise. I dropped some real gems in there. Or swing by the next video where I break down how much money you should bring and whether that dream package is actually worth it. So come hang out with me and let me help make sure your first Carnival cruise is worth every single penny. But until next time, I hope you guys have a good rest of your day and happy travels. Bye.
Rich upbringings on its teeth floor feed a host of unique marine species, many of which